Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice, with our special guest host from Till 5 tonight. How we doing, everyone?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling pretty powerful. Feeling pretty powerful this week. Got a little
Powerful.
yeah, feeling
Well,
powerful.
as the great Charlie Sheen used to say, I feel like I've got tiger's blood and I'm winning.
There you go.
I
Yeah, well, you know what though?
Oh, right.
realized today who the biggest Jannetty in tag team wrestling all time is, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Ooh, hopefully they're in this tournament. Speaking
Yeah,
of
if they're not,
Jannetty's,
I'm gonna be like, guys, what's going on here?
speaking of Jannetty's and power, us here at the Sharpshooters have used our power to eliminate the Jannetty from Till 5 Wrestling. And as you can
And
see, Tanner is not here with us at this moment. We've used our political power, our pull, to take him out. We did not appreciate his opinions last week, none of them whatsoever.
Oof.
And
so
now he's not here. That's how it
let's be
goes.
honest. Does anybody want to hear another Canadian wine during a tag team thing? We heard
I mean,
this three times now.
there's only so many I guess you can take, but
Yeah.
either way, before we dive into part two, first off, we have some comments in the chat. Jay DeFalco says, I come for the wrestling talk, but I stay for the timely pop culture references. We appreciate that. Thank you, Jay. And yeah, so welcome to part two of the Marty Jannetty Invitational. This is essentially a tournament to determine the Marty Jannetty of all tag team wrestlers, or at least the 32 that he chose for the pool here. So obviously there will be some missing, including Marty Jannetty himself. We figured it makes sense not to have him in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you do have any monies and you'd like to support us during these trying times, it is September. We'd appreciate it if you did choose to subscribe to us. This is, I believe, we have one more week next week, but it is September, and what that means is you get 25% off for your 1 month sub, and you get 30% off if you subscribe to us for a 3 month package, which takes you through essentially to the almost end of the year. So again, we'd appreciate your support. That's just straight up. If you do have Amazon Prime, you do have Amazon Prime Gaming, which, if you did not know, gives you one free sub to use for us towards us once a month. Costs you nothing, and it supports us all the same. Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wives, tell them all. Let them know, and your support. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I think with that, I think we're good. We can give a rough rundown of how this works if you want, Danny. I don't know if you want to do that. Or you want me to keep going? But
Nah, keep going. You're doing great.
great. So this is head to head. One wrestler versus another wrestler. The first round. This is the first round of the second side of the bracket. Now we did the full first half of the bracket last week, where Alex Reynolds made it to the finals. And the end of this show will be Alex Reynolds going up against the winner of tonight's episode. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if Alex Reynolds goes all the way, or if a new contender emerges as the ultimate Marty Jannetty. Crystal Bird says, "Hello, cupcakes." Ooh, I haven't been called that in a long
Juice,
time.
what
Thank
kind
you.
of
Hello.
cupcake are you?
You know, that is an excellent question. I think I would be a chocolate cupcake with some vanilla buttercream on top. Yeah.
Oh, Juice saying he's chocolate underneath. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm going to be
Yeah.
a nice dulce de
So-
leche kind of guy.
You know what,
Thank
Danny? No offense, no one did ask. So speaking of the tournament,
well, damn. I don't even get to say my option here.
all right, no, I'll be nice. All right, so what cupcake would you be then? Aaron?
So, throwback to about 13 years ago, I had a friend of mine that made homemade cupcakes and sold them at the farmer's market.
Mhm.
She made a lemon lavender verbena cupcake that was so damn good. I'm still talking about it 13 years later.
Dang, what color did it come out?
It
Cupcake,
was
not the After Effects cupcake.
it was a yellow cupcake with a purple icing, and then she just put a piece of lavender on top for the for a garnish.
Sorry, that was a really well timed part. That sounds delicious. You should definitely get the recipe then. If it's been 13 years, what are you doing?
you.
Um,
Dude,
But
she's moved away and married and has a kid, so we never really catch up anymore.
you know what? We're nothing if not white men if we don't go back to the one that got away and try and reconnect. So
She
why don't
was
you reach
not the one that got away at
the
all.
rest of the
Well,
well, the
the
recipe
cupcake
the
did.
recipe
The recipe did.
the recipe was.
Oh.
So
All right.
that's what I'm
Moving
saying.
on.
We've gone off the rails here. We're not even 5 minutes in. We're more than that. Whatever. All right. So it's head to head. Best 2 out of 3 votes. The winner moves on. All 3 of us do get 1 veto that we are allowed to use in the first 2 rounds only. If we disagree with the majority vote,
No one used the veto last week.
No one used it last week. You do not have to use it tonight. It is totally up to you. And,
oh no, I'm going to use it at some point. I'm here on my own now. This is great.
Yeah, hey, that's what it's about. Crystal Bird, I'll do better next time. You did a great job. That was an excellent question. Please keep it coming. Anything you got, even if it's not wrestling related, we'll derail. Within reason. Yeah, so I guess let's get started. And also, lastly, if anybody is watching, wants to have a veto themselves, same rules apply, but you have to subscribe. If you subscribe to us right now or throughout the tournament during the first 2 rounds, you get a veto to use. You have to use it while the matchup is still kind of like on the screen or going. If we move on to the next matchup, you can't jump in and go, I want to veto that one from 2 rounds ago. So just keep that in mind. But again, yeah.
To answer your question before you ask it, you cannot subscribe and get 2 vetoes tonight.
But does Crystal Bird get one?
Yes, if Crystal subscribes, for sure.
Yes, but it has to be her decision, not you texting her your decision. She has to have her own opinions, which I'm sure she does. Okay, and I promise last thing, nobody can veto a veto.
Yes.
That's it. All right, let's get started.
All right, gonna get the matchups up. Hold on. And bam. So we, again, last week did the left side of the bracket. Alex Reynolds is awaiting whoever meets him in the finals. Starting off with the right side of the bracket, we have the Hardy Boys, Matt versus Jeff. Matt Hardy is a 2-time TNA World Champion, has won 18 individual titles. Jeff Hardy, most notably 1-time WWE Champion and 27 individual titles. How are we feeling about this one?
I thought Jeff won the other title a few times, but I guess he only did really win it once. I thought he won like the World Heavyweight one, but whatever.
He also won the World Heavyweight one, but I just wrote the WWE one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was right. I was like, wait a minute, he had it more than once.
Yeah.
I'll dive in first. I mean, I do think this one, while Jeff has clearly proven in the grand scheme of things that he's not the Jannetty here. So technically it is Matt. I do think it's hard to kind of say who you think would be the star when it's already kind of been proven. I know we really did all last week with that, but we can still disagree. I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna go with Jeff. I'm gonna say Jeff is the Jannetty of the two just because of how much he kept getting in his own way and messing with his star power. While Matt was no saint himself, I always thought Matt was the more talented of the two. He clearly got over with something eventually, but I'm saying Jeff is the Jannetty because again, like as much as he got the rocket put on him over and over again, he always messed it up and blew it up. So my vote is for Jeff as the Jannetty.
I saw some clapping over there. Are you agreeing with Juice?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I'm really not saying it as a hater. I think if Jeff never got in his own way, of course you can't argue it, but he blew every chance. So
I don't even know that you can argue with it because Jeff's just the spot monkey of the two of them.
Yeah, but at the same time, like charisma-wise, Matt had some, but not as much. I mean, I don't know. I always thought Jeff was the
Matt Hardy. V1 Matt Hardy.
No, V1 I enjoyed. But what I was gonna say is I feel like Jeff was still the like better known one and more exciting one and the one that people like actually paid to see even after all the struggles, even after all the mess ups. Like people still want to see Jeff over Matt, I think. But yeah, I mean, I would vote for Matt here, but I'm outvoted here 2-1. So Jeff Hardy.
You got a veto.
Oh,
You
I
can
know I
veto if you
do.
like.
I don't know if Jeff's the
And
one I want to use it on, so we'll see. But
that's fair. And you know what? I mean, I'm just gonna say it now for the rest of the night. I mean, obviously we all have our own criteria, but like, even though if you're going off of just history, obviously Jeff turned out to not be the Jannetty and Matt did technically. But I'm going off how I'm feeling, what I think. I'm not really gonna let history dictate who was or is. That's just me personally. But
no,
either
no,
way,
no.
we already made
I
our
totally
choice.
understand. I just always thought Jannetty as like the more boring one out of the two of them, and I just feel like Jeff
Yeah.
was always the more exciting one, and Jeff had more of the moveset. Even if he was a spot monkey, he still had more of the moveset. Crystal Bird agreeing with me. Thank you, Crystal. See, bro?
But no, you don't want Matt to be a Jannetty. The Jannetty is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think she understands.
No, she loves Matt Hardy. She loves Matt Hardy.
Oh, then maybe
Yeah.
she doesn't understand. We'll find out in a bit. Moving on to the next matchup, we have FTR facing off against each other. Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler. Dax with no individual titles. Cash with an NWA Anarchy TV champion as his only championship. And Crystal saying, I always felt the HBK is the hot tag, and the Jannetty is the one who has to make the hot tag. Oh,
That was
Jay
actually
DeFalco, sorry.
Jay DeFalco,
Sorry.
not Crystal. I'll let one of you two go first. I went first last time, so I want to take it again.
So for this one, I'm going by the same criteria. This one's a little harder to me because I feel like they're both kind of like the same person almost, like the same, not like person, but like they give out the same vibes a little bit. They both are good on the mic. They're both good in the ring. Like, I don't think one's better than the other in either capacity, but for some reason, I just feel like Cash is more of like the star. I don't know why. I could be wrong, but I feel like Dax might be the Jannetty, but like I don't feel good saying that either. Like, this is a hard choice for me. I'm gonna go with Dax.
So you're saying Dax is the Jannetty?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And again, just for the record, I mean, you said you could be wrong. I mean, it's your opinion, my friend. If that's how you feel, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know if that's like how I feel because I feel like it's this is one of those tag teams that's just like they're both the same level to me. So like it's really hard to distinguish one from the other.
All right, that's one vote for Dax. Aaron, what'd you say?
I'm gonna say that Cash is actually the Jannetty because Cash never wrestles the singles matches. When there's a singles match in AEW, it's Dax that's put in there. So I think that it's Cash.
Yeah, so this one's pretty easy for me. I mean, again, my mindset is of the two that are going head to head, which one has the more capability of being the star, to be the breakout of the two, and they're both great, which we've talked about with the various matchups throughout this tournament. But I think Dax is the better, higher ceiling of the two, more potential to be something on his own. So yeah, for me, my vote is for Cash. Cash is my vote for the Jannetty of the two. And again, just a reminder for our viewers, we are voting for who we think is the Jannetty of the two. So the worse, not the better. Doesn't mean they're bad, but between the two, which one we think is the Jannetty of the two. Hopefully that makes sense.
All right,
So, yeah,
see how
Cash
this night's going. I'm 0 for 2 so far. Matchup number 3 on the night. The Usos. Jimmy versus Jay.
Ooh, coming
Big
out
Bro
swinging
versus
tonight.
Little Bro. No Yeet versus Yeet. Jimmy Uso with no individual titles. Jay Uso, as we know, recently with the World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championship runs. How do we feel about this? Till 5, want to go first?
Jimmy Uso is the Marty Jannetty of tag team wrestling today. Period. Comma. No explanation needed.
Ooh.
Really. His brother is a former world champion, intercontinental champion, multiple time tag team champion, and with Jimmy and without Jimmy at this point. So let's be honest, Jay Uso is the star. Jimmy is holding his wife's bags, and now he's able to actually wrestle again while he's not holding her bags.
Well, that's it. She's holding his baby.
Ooh.
I got to agree with almost everything that he said. the end there we can double check. But no, I agree. Jimmy Uso definitely the Jannetty, in my opinion, out of these two. Even with Jey Uso being mid card Jey Uso, I still think Jimmy's the Jannetty.
Yeah, it's Jimmy. Even if you asked me this before all the Yeet stuff,
Yeah.
like if we're going back in a time machine when it was just like always them, I felt the same way.
Yeah.
I always liked Jay more. I thought Jay had something more than Jimmy. So yeah, it's Jimmy Uso is the Jannetty.
All right, matchup number 4 tonight. We have Brian Kendrick and Paul London, both former cruiserweight champions. Paul London with 22 individual titles, Brian with 18. So both also on the indie scene doing a lot there.
I'll take this one. I'll take this one first. I'm gonna say of the two that Brian Kendrick is the Jannetty. I love them both. They're two of my favorites, but obviously I feel like Kendrick's gotten the chance here and there, not big time, but he's gotten some shots here and there. I feel like London never really got anything that significant after like freaking what 03. I mean, once he got let go, like so between the two, who had the higher ceiling, more potential, I'm gonna go with Paul London. So yeah, Kendrick's my vote for the Jannetty, Brian Kendrick.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. I thought even when they were a tag team that Paul London was like more the Jannetty. I mean, he even looks like more the Jannetty. But I always thought Brian Kendrick was just better on the mic. I thought Brian Kendrick might be better in the ring. I'm trying to think of, like, they both had a similar skill set, so that's hard to kind of say. But I just think Brian just had more individual, like, potential. And even afterward, I know, like, his runs weren't great, but like I think he did good with his runs. I just think that WWE didn't push him because they don't know how to push cruiserweights.
Danny, I got to get you some like 02, 03 Paul London.
No. I'm saying I like Paul London. I'm not saying he's bad. I think Kendrick was very good.
I'm just saying for your own education. That's all.
Yeah, there's what was it? Main Event Spectacles. It was Danielson and Paul London.
Yep.
Yeah. That's honestly one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I think that Paul London was the HBK and honestly is the HBK. So I guess I'm gonna go with Spanky is the Jannetty. The only thing that London was a one. London one time smiled on camera when he shouldn't have, and that's what screwed him over.
That was it.
Really.
I mean, I don't think that stopped any crazy singles push he was about to have. He was still in the tag team, but yeah, no, that screwed him over in the company.
Lost his job.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Screwed him over in the company, but he wasn't on like the verge or something right there. All right.
Well, no, but you can't get on the verge if you can't get on television.
That's fair.
He's right.
Matchup number 5, we got Enzo Amore and Big Cass, known as Big Bill now. I think this one's kind of easy, but I've been wrong against you two all night, so we're about to find out. But I'll start this one off. I think Enzo's the HBK. I think Big Cass is the Jannetty, even though Big Cass is a giant. I think he shows even now that he can't really be on his own. He needs someone to be his mouthpiece, and he needs someone to kind of work off a little bit. Whereas Enzo, however you feel about him, he can talk. People will pay to see him more than Big Cass, I think.
All right, so that's one vote for Big Cass, I believe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Notorious, do you feel a certain way strongly about this one, or are you on the fence like me?
I'm gonna say that at this point, that Enzo is the Jannetty here because it's his own actions that are keeping him from getting anywhere. I feel like they're pretty level on where they could be in a company. Like both of these guys had great potential. But I feel like Enzo's the one that his mouth keeps him from getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So Enzo's going to be my Jannetty.
All right. So yeah, this one, I feel like this one's tough because like at face value, if you ask me, like back in the NXT days, it's easy to say Cass is the Jannetty, but like seeing Cass, aka W Morrissey, aka Big Bill, now kind of come into his own. Like I disagree in terms of his mic skills. I think he actually can talk, and I didn't feel that way early on, but I feel like he's won me over mic wise with what he can do, over with the crowd enough where I think if you gave them both like now the same push, I still think like Angel's got the mic skills, but then like the bell rings kind of thing. Is that enough to get him? He was fun. You're right, Crystal. I mean, that whole bit was so good with the two of them. I mean, that was New Age Outlaw status with the two of them doing their whole entrance. But yeah, I'm gonna say Enzo's the Jannetty here, just because Cass has shown me enough with time, and I liked them both. I liked Enzo. It was a shame what happened with him early on with the allegations, and then like kind of lost the job, lost the belt, and then I think he got cleared, but just never came back. Without going too deep down that hole, but it's a shame. Obviously, he's probably done other stuff since then, but I'm just talking about the first incident. So yeah, my vote's going to be for Enzo as the Jannetty.
All right. Next matchup of round one, we have the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, and Robert Gibson. Tan, why don't you start us off for this one?
Who?
Dan isn't here, asshole.
Sorry.
I was like, what? Ricky Martin? All right.
I'm gonna
Danny.
go away now. I'm gone.
Oh, boy.
Vote my way, and then maybe I'll call you by your real name.
ATB, take the wheel, my friend.
Robert Gibson is the Jannetty here. There's no argument from most fans because Ricky Morton's the one that was actually having matches with Ric Flair on the house shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Gibson was never the star. He didn't have the look. You look at the pictures of the two of them. Which one are you going to put on a poster on their own?
Hey man,
Which one's
Shawn
still
Michaels
going
is
today?
Shawn Michaels is a cross-eyed little fuck now too, man. So I don't know. Robert Gibson's eyes are crazy. I was looking at like old pictures and his eyes were still like messed up as hell. I was like, damn, I can't find a good one. I had to go on a side profile just so I didn't have to do him dirty tonight.
Well, you did anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to put a picture of him cross-eyed. I'm just going to talk about it.
Well, we were talking about who do you want to see on? I'm like, well, I just saw an interview with Shawn Michaels and he was looking two different ways. Also, it was crazy.
Oh,
right.
she bangs.
So Danny, what is your? We have one vote for Gibson.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
Vote?
Gibson's definitely the Jannetty of these two.
Okay, and for what it's worth, just to share, I don't even know much about these two, but even I like knew Morton was like above. So yeah, my vote would have been for Gibson as well. All right, Robert Gibson. Moving on.
All right, next up we have the Dudleys in what might be one of the easier ones. Bubba Ray, Devon Dudley. Who wants to start this one off?
Devon's the Jannetty.
Yeah, it's Devon.
Yeah, no question, Devon. All right, moving on to the next matchup. Again,
Sorry,
maybe not a hard one. We have Grandmaster Sexy, Scotty Too Hottie, Too Cool. One weird fact I did find out was that Sky Too Hottie won 26 heavyweight champions for something called USWA, which was
the other one.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandmaster Sexy.
One.
Sorry, did I say Sky Too Hottie? Grandmaster Sexy. Yeah. 26 titles. Little Brian Christopher doing some crazy work out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
first off, I need to make a correction for you and our audience. Out of all due respect, it is Grandmaster Sexy.
Sexy,
not Grandmaster. Yeah, Sexy. Like there's an A in there for a reason. All right,
yeah, I don't want to say
Grandmaster
it, though.
Sexy.
I don't want.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, I don't want to sound like you two, so that's why I don't want to say it.
That's his name. His government name.
That's not his government name. Anyway, moving on.
Look up the record.
Sky Too Hottie for me is the Jannetty. Next vote.
Wow, so Scotty's your vote?
As the Jannetty of these two? I mean, if we're looking at them as the tag team and not anything afterward, I'm looking at as the tag team. Yeah, Scotty's the Jannetty. Just like Enzo and Big Bill as the tag team, Big Bill was the Jannetty. Or Big Cass, whatever.
Okay. Aaron, your thoughts?
Scotty's the Jannetty.
Wow. All right, I guess I'm
Yeah.
in the minority here.
Yeah.
I think it's Grandmaster Sexay. I think you guys are giving way too much weight to those titles, which by the way were probably only given to him because the company's based out of Memphis with Jerry Jarrett and
Yeah,
Lawler.
not at all. I'm not giving any weight to
Like
those titles. I just thought it
he
was an
didn't like.
interesting fact.
He's not that good, but
Yeah.
no,
No,
I
no
think if you
one's saying
gave
he's
both
that
of these
good, but
guys,
like the tag team, like he was the star of the two of them of the tag
Scotty
team.
was
um,
Scotty was such a Jannetty that he was the Jannetty with Rikishi too.
Like
wow,
Scotty did. Scotty's finishing move was the worm. What are we talking about right now? Like he is the
yeah,
Jannetty of the
but
two of them.
it was over, and that's the thing. We're building a
Rikishi
star here. Which one has more star
Rikishi
capability?
was Scotty's hiding rock,
I'm very
or Al Snow, or
Yeah, no, I'm surprised that you think that. I mean, I think
yeah.
Scotty's the
I
better
really
wrestler as well, but
I
like as the tag team,
okay.
I think it was very obvious that Scotty was the number two.
I
Scotty's a very good
disagree.
hand. Don't
I'm
get me wrong,
very
Scotty's
tempted.
a good
I'm very
hand.
tempted to use my veto here, but
All right, you got some time.
I'm very tempted because I don't agree with you guys at all. But I'm gonna hold
Well,
it. I'm
you
gonna
All
hold
have
it.
right,
one.
I know I do. I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna hold my veto for now because
you
yeah.
heard it, folks. He's holding it. So next up, we have LAX Homicide
Ooh,
Hernandez. Homicide with one ROH World Championship. Hernandez with an NWA Texas World Champion. Homicide pretty much doubles Hernandez's individual title reigns. How do we feel about these two? This is a interesting matchup.
Aaron, any immediate thoughts, or would you like to wait a little bit and think?
I have an immediate thought
Mhm.
that it is Hernandez is the Jannetty.
Okay.
But I can't help myself. I'm big on playing devil's advocate, so then I start playing it in my head.
Mhm.
When you look at baseline marketability, which one of these guys would have made more money in the business? And it's Hernandez.
I agree with you. I'm doing the same thing. I love Homicide. I can't stand Hernandez, but
I can't
like,
either.
I
but even
I
thinking
wanted
about it,
Hernandez to be as good as they hoped he would be. And like every time he kept falling flat, I was like, man, like you were supposed to be the bigger guy out of these two. Like Homicide, that's why they kept throwing him in the X division and stuff. Like they knew he was good, but they weren't gonna push him until like they saw what Hernandez was doing. And then Hernandez just kept falling flat and flat and flat. I'll start it off. I think Hernandez is a jetty, and that hurts. I liked Hernandez, but like he proved that like he's not good.
all right.
I'll even say he was the Jannetty when he tagged with Matt Morgan for that little like run that they had too. So I think he's the Jannetty more than once.
I feel like he was the Jannetty with Matt Morgan, but I don't feel like he is here. So my vote's for Homicide.
Damn it.
I'm putting it on Juice.
Damn it.
Damn
Because you have a veto. This is your moment.
Well, no, he doesn't
I
need the
know,
veto
hold
now.
on.
He gets his vote
Yeah.
now.
I got the power here, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Sorry, Danny,
Right.
you have a veto if you feel that
Yeah,
strongly
I'm
about it.
You have a
I'm gonna
veto too,
be-
motherfucker.
I'm gonna be by.
Oh, I'm not using it here.
Yeah, not these guys. He's zenning out. Look at him.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm trying to think what I can do with both of them if I had them and I was trying to give them the push and get them over. Because Homicide does have that underdog thing with him. Like the man that he's got the Eddie Kingston thing going. Like you can market that. Eddie's proved it. And Homicide, you know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut. Well, actually not my gut. I'm gonna go with my heart. Hernandez.
Hernandez
My-
as the Jannetty.
Yeah, because I think seeing Eddie do what he's doing in AEW, if you gave Homicide that chance, like 10 years ago, more like TNA really got behind him and gave him that shot, they could have made it work. I'm sticking with I love Homicide. Hernandez is the Jannetty here.
All right. Moving on to the next round. We have a matchup I couldn't give a shit about.
Wow.
The Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. Yeah, Bishop Khan has 5 individual titles. Nothing that I saw that was like worth like any company I knew, but he is the current Pan-African World, I can't say that word, Diaspora champion. I think that's how you say it.
Aura?
And
Diaspora.
Diaspora?
Diaspora.
Oh, there you go. And then Toa Leona just won Urban Empire Championship.
Bishop Khan's the Jannetty.
Wow. Wow. Why do you feel
Jesus,
so strongly about
I
that?
don't know about that.
Look, I like Bishop Khan. I feel like he has a lot of potential. But Toa Leona could be an Umaga next week. He had one of Bobby Lashley's best matches since coming to AEW. Had Bobby Lashley's best match since coming to AEW on Dynamite. And the guy has even more potential than that.
Okay. All right. Well, I completely disagree. I think Toa Leona is a dime a dozen Samoan. We don't need anything more like him doing any sort of Umaga-like push. I think Bishop Khan has the mic skills. He has the better look behind him. If you gave him the singles push, I think he could pull off something special. Do I think he's great? No. But between these two, I see more money in Bishop Khan than Toa Leona just being another barefoot Samoan yelling things wearing a big crown every time he has a big match. So Toa Leona is absolutely the Jannetty of this tag team.
I like how you started off when I said I couldn't give a shit about these two. You were like, wow, wow, wow. And then you went off to say how they were both terrible and they're not good.
Yeah, but still somebody has to be the one that's better. So you have to be,
But no, with that being said, I totally agree with you. I think Bishop Khan is more marketable. I think Bishop Khan has the better look. He can talk between the both of them better. I mean, Toa Leona to me in this picture looks like a knockoff Jacob Fatu. He doesn't even look that intimidating to me. So yeah, I'm going with Bishop Khan as the Michael, so Toa Leona as the Jannetty. I almost messed that up. All right, moving on to the next match. This one's interesting. Right. We got the Brain Busters, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. I kind of want Juice to start this one.
I mean, my knowledge is limited, and I reserve the right to change my vote if y'all sell me otherwise, since you're making me go first. But from what I know of them and how everything I've seen of them, I'm gonna say Tully is the Jannetty here. So, not much really to add on to that. Just again, based on everything I've seen over the years of their catalog and what they've done in the ring and what they can do, I think there's more potential in Arn to be something bigger than Tully's ceiling would be. So.
ATB, are you feeling differently? I see a look in your face.
With him. I agree with it. It's tough for these two. I'm not super familiar with Tully's individual work, so I'm going to agree with him.
That's what I was going to ask about, because I've seen obviously a lot of Arn's individual work with WCW with the Four Horsemen and everything. Even though that was the tail end, I still was able to see some. I never really seen Tully individually. So yeah, I from what I know also, I think Arn would be the better one, so Tully is the Jannetty here. Okay, that was easy. Moving on to maybe another easy one, maybe another hard one. I don't know how you guys feel about this. New Age Outlaws. We have Billy Gunn versus the Road Dogg, both of them Intercontinental Champions, both of them with 9 or 10 individual titles, so not real big difference there. What do we feel about these two?
You go first, Danny. You made me go first.
That's fine. I think that Road Dogg's better on the mic, but Billy has the better look and in-ring skills. I also think that Billy, in every tag team he's been in, has been more of the one who's pushed and more of the star and like more of the focal point. So I think Billy's more of the Shawn and Road Dogg's more of the Jannetty in this one.
Okay. Aaron, would you like me to go first, or how you feeling?
I think Road Dogg's the Jannetty out of these two.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Billy had all the potential in the world. They just gave him a stupid gimmick with the one.
The one Billy Gunn.
I like the one Billy Gunn, man.
And then you had that The Rock's promo kind of ruined him too.
That was the problem. I like the one Billy Gunn. The Rock is the one who like kind of ruined everything for Billy with that early on promo.
Yeah, that didn't help. But no, I agree. Road Dogg was going to be my vote as well. It kind of goes off the whole end zone casting we said before. because they're that familiar and that similar. But yeah, for me, Billy Gunn was the more potential there. I don't think Road Dogg really would have had enough to surpass him if they gave him similar thing. So yeah,
agreed.
Road Dogg is
Yeah.
the Jannetty here.
All right,
Like the
matchup.
second round's gonna be nuts, guys. I
I
think.
know. I'm thinking of some of these matchups already. This matchup is gonna be nuts, and I don't want to start this. I think Aaron starts this one because he hasn't started one in a while. We have Kevin Owens.
Sami Zayn is the Jannetty because Kevin Owens / Kevin Steen would have been a main event star wherever he goes, whatever style of role he decides to do, and can work with anybody. I think that Sami Zayn is only good in an underdog role, and as soon as you strap a title on him, he becomes boring as piss.
Mm. I have a feeling you don't enjoy this current reign.
I don't watch anything WWE does at this point.
Well, he's the U.S. champion. So.
Oh, well. Woo. And he probably sucks in it.
That's why I have
because
that
he's out
picture
there
of him as
grinning
the
with
US
the title
champion.
belt. Let me guess. Hold on, let me guess. He comes out there grinning. He gives people title shots. They wrestle a really good match. He wins. They shake hands or some garbage. And then eventually somebody's going to attack him, and then he's going to have to defend the belt against them for some stupid reason.
Danny,
Some bullshit gimmick.
I think technically him and Cena ended in a no contest or
because of Bork.
yeah.
What?
But yes, Aaron, he is doing Brock Lesnar. I call him Bork.
Oh,
Catch up.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I call him Bork Laser.
But yes, besides that, he is doing exactly what you've been saying so far. I'm actually waiting to see who attacks him to start his new rivalry.
Yeah, that's all he does every time. He can't cut a promo to get somebody.
No, he can cut a promo. No, he can cut a promo. Stop it.
I think Sammy they're both very good. They're two of my absolute
Yes.
favorites. And Sammy blew me away with that heel turn. Yeah, maybe they kept him heel a little too long, but when he was doing that heel thing for a while for the few years.
Oh, when he was like a conspiracy theorist, I fucking love that. I thought that was so much fun.
Even beyond that, when that scaled back and he was just being a jerk, like I loved that bit that he was doing. Again, I think it went too long, but I digress. Yeah, I'm with you, Aaron. At least in terms of the vote, I think Owens definitely has the higher ceiling. I think he's got everything that you can do to make him face or heel. The hardcore guy, the funny guy, whatever. And Sammy can too. I'm not knocking Sammy at all. But if I had to pick between the two of them, my vote is also for Sammy.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a clean sweep. Owens is the better of the two, not by much, but in this case, Sammy's Jannetty. Moving on, we have 3 matchups left in the first round. Here we go.
Ooh.
The American Wolves, Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards, both ROH champion for Davey. I think Eddie was too, but Eddie was also a 2-time TNA world champion. How are we feeling about these guys? One of you guys start. Thank you. Sorry, I'm also editing the matchup, so I need one of you to start.
Davey's the Jannetty.
Who?
Davey.
Yeah, I was gonna say from the tag team and like watch them go and stuff. I always thought that Eddie was gonna be the bigger star. I don't know if he really panned out as the bigger star after. I know that they pushed him and he had the 2 title reigns in TNA, but like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Davey as the Jannetty in this case.
Mm-hmm. So my vote doesn't really count, but my vote is going to be for Eddie, and I am playing a little bit of what if here because like seeing what Eddie did long term, like where he is now, and like he kind of devolved into like a little bit of a quasi Tommy Dreamer thing. I feel like, and it's a little sad. It's a little sad to see. Don't get me wrong, I love Eddie. He's one of my favorites that is not accessible to me because I don't really watch TNA. He's one of the few people I probably would watch TNA for. But he kind of devolved, and I think Davey only stopped because he left to go do the ENT paramedic stuff. Forgive me if I'm missing a controversy. I don't think there's one with him. I think he just left to go do that career. But
several times he has no-showed promoters in the past. But
so yeah, I know he's not perfect, but I always thought Davey had the better potential of the two of them. So while my vote doesn't matter, my vote is for Eddie as the Jannetty.
All right. Matchup 31. We have DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, both NXT champions. Johnny's won a couple more individual on the indie scene. I'll start this one off. I love them both, and they each have like such a different skill set. I don't even know as a tag team who they were trying to push more, because like it was pretty even, but for some reason my gut's kind of telling me to go with Johnny as the Jannetty, and I don't know why, but I feel like Tommaso can get pushed more and has more like the main event power than Johnny does.
Okay, well, I'm going to put this one on Aaron because I disagree. I think that
Johnny has
Ciampa.
already gone further than I ever expected him to go. I love Johnny Gargano. I think he's a great worker, but I just don't see him as a mid-card star anywhere. But I could see that for Tommaso Ciampa and a world championship if it's booked right.
Okay, so then you both vote for Gargano as the Jannetty of this team.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All
Are
right.
you using your veto?
No, I feel stronger about the Scotty 2 Hottie one, but I still don't agree with this one at all, but it's fine. I'm not going to use it here.
All right. And then moving on to the last matchup of round one, then we got Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. How we feeling about this, boys? Who wants to start this one off?
I'm gonna say Sabin. I think Sabin's the Jannetty. Sabin's more of like in terms of like the wrestling ability. I think Sabin's got more of the technical stuff he can do in the ring and put on a great match. They both can. I love them both, but I think Shelley can give you more of a snap and a pop and better promo work. And look wise, I think he can stand out a little bit more. So between the two, I think Shelley would be more of the rising star, whereas Sabin would be more of the Jannetty. But again, I think they're both great. So no hate.
I agree. Pretty much everything you said.
Danny?
All right, so you both voted for, let me just double check,
Saban.
Sabin
Chris
as the
Sabin.
Jannetty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I totally agree with that as well. I think Sabin was always more of like the underdog kind of rising guy, where Shelley was always kind of there. So yeah, I agree with that as well. So Sabin is the Jannetty. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of round one. No vetoes have been used. We got a few more rounds left. We're going to take a commercial break right now. The rest should go a little bit quicker, so be ready. Come right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back for round 2 and the rest of the tournament for the Marty Jannetty Invitational. We are starting off round 2 on this side of the bracket with Jeff Hardy versus Cash Wheeler here for the Jannetty. How are we feeling about these two matchups? Because now we're in different territory. Now we're going with, if you didn't join us last week, now we have to figure out of like pretty much how we feel about the Jannetty, but out of these two, who would be more the Jannetty? Kind of, if this was a tag team, I think that's how we were kind of thinking of it last week. So with that being said, who's the Jannetty out of these two?
Yeah, I don't know where to start. This is
This is a rough
Like-
one.
If I'm going with my gut, my initial first glance, despite everything I said about Jeff in the first round, I think Cash is the Jannetty here between the two. Yeah, because I mean, yeah.
No, I was
my thought.
gonna say that I feel like Jeff has more charisma. I feel like Jeff has more of a move set, and I feel like Jeff can be more marketable, obviously, if he stays clean. But yeah, no, I feel like Jeff is the more Shawn Michaels of these two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next matchup up, we have Jimmy Uso versus Brian Kendrick. I think ATB said it. Go ahead, say it again.
Jimmy Uso is the modern day Marty Jannetty.
So, based off that
guess your
opinion,
votes.
I think it's safe to say that Jimmy Uso is ATB's vote. Jimmy Uso is also my vote for these two. I don't think Brian Kendrick should have been here, so I'm going to go with Jimmy Uso as well.
Let me think about it for a minute. I don't want to be too hasty. No, I do. I want to take a second.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. I was only laughing because I thought you were
No,
being sarcastic.
no, I am being serious. I want to take a second. Just because both of them don't really have the highest ceiling I can envision, like, yeah, it's Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to at least give it the time
for
of day.
sure.
I mean,
Give him a little bit of respect. I understand that.
Yeah.
Big bro, no eats, moving on. Next up, we got... this is a funny matchup. Enze Amore versus Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson.
Thank you. I was going to say, is there even a question here? I also agree, Robert Gibson.
Yeah, Robert Gibson.
For the sweep, Robert Gibson. Moving on to the next matchup, we have... Oh, that's not Devon's picture. What happened there? Hold on.
What the hell?
That wasn't
Are you sure
Devon's
it's supposed to?
picture. I thought it got fixed. Hold on.
What the hell?
Give me a second.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Stop
Oh.
it, guys. Stop.
Some propane.
Stop it. There we go. All right, and moving on to the next matchup. We
You had a whole
got
commercial break.
Devon Dudley versus Scotty Too Hottie. How we feeling about these two here?
I'll go first. To me, it's Devon.
To me, it's Scotty.
Ah! That was too quick. All right, so one vote for Devon, one vote for Scotty. Oh, man.
Look, you take away Scotty's worm,
Yeah.
and he has nothing. He's a good hand. But the world is full of good hands.
But
I mean,
on
we've
that
seen
argument,
Reverend Devon.
yeah, I was gonna say on that argument, what does Devon have if he doesn't have Bubba pushing him and saying "get the tables"?
He's got his little seizure that he does whenever he takes a ladder bump.
I go Scotty because Devon at least tried other gimmicks as a solo act. Yeah, technically, also Scotty never did anything besides being Scotty Too Hottie, and even now he's way too old to be Scotty Too Hottie, and he never was that hot. So based on lies, I think Scotty Too Hottie is the Jannetty here.
You know what? No, enough's enough.
Juice's face was just like, what?
No, veto. Fuck that. I'm not doing this. You guys got veto. Devon Dudley moves on. This is ridiculous, guys.
Hell, force that one out.
Nah. Come on, man. Like,
I'm sorry. No, I didn't expect you to react like that. That's just why I'm cracking up. No, I honestly don't think Scotty's like. I don't know. I feel like Devon would be more of a mid-card person than Scotty would. I feel like Scotty, they would still hold down in the lower card. I don't think he'd go anything past cruiserweight. I think Devon at least would get more of a push. That's just my opinion. You vetoed
All
it.
right, well,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you
Devon's
know,
moving
you're
on.
good.
Next
Next
matchup.
round, starting will be whoever's he's against.
Now we have Hernandez versus Toa Leona. I'll start this one off. I think this is an easy one. Toa Leona, in my opinion. Just between the way I had to agonize over Hernandez and Homicide compared to, Bishop and him. It wasn't a contest, so I'm going to go with Toa Leona.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Toa as well as Jannetty. I think that's easy. It's a layup.
How many matches are left?
We have, in the second round, we have 3 matchups after this one.
Can you remind me what's next?
No, I cannot.
Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Danny.
So I assume it's a 2-1 vote. I assume you're voting for Hernandez as the Jannetty, and you have about 5 more seconds to figure out if you're using your veto before we move on to the next matchup.
Carry on. Carry on.
Carry on. Toa Leona makes it through to the next round. Next matchup, we have Tully Blanchard versus the Road Dogg, Jesse James.
Woo.
It's a weird
This is
one.
tough.
Tully's the Jannetty to me.
Who?
I don't-
Tully?
Tully has to be the Jannetty for me because I don't know enough about his career. And it's an unfortunate ignorance vote.
No, I mean, I agree. I don't really know about Tully's individual, but there's also, I think that's also a reason we don't know about Tully's individual because maybe it wasn't that great. We know about Arns, and that was even before we saw the tail end of it because we were like kids by the time he was doing anything in WCW. Where Road Dogg, at least I remember like some of the hardcore matches, like even though he wasn't great by himself, I do remember him going out by himself and trying things by himself. So I agree. I think Tully's the Jannetty here.
All right. Yeah, I would do the same. I'd vote for Tully between the two. So
All right. Matchup
Sorry,
number
Tully.
15. Tully might just be getting a bad hand of no knowledge. We'll find out. We have Sami Zayn, Davey Richards. We have 2 matches left. This is one of 2 in the second round. Vetoes are only myself and ATB left. How we
can't
feel
veto
about
a
this
veto.
matchup? Can't veto
So
a
be
veto.
careful. How do we want to play this? Do we want to leave me as deciding votes for the next 2 or go first? How do you guys want to play that? I'll tell me.
I say we just keep doing what we're doing. We're just rotating who goes first and stuff.
You know what? I'll go last for the next 2. I think that makes the most sense. Since you guys both have deciding votes, you guys vote first. Next 2.
ATB, you want to go first this one?
I'll go first next.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to say at these 2, Davey Richards for me is more of the Jannetty. I've seen more Sammy, even though I have seen some of Davey's stuff, and I just think Sammy's better just all around. So I'm gonna go with Davey as a Jannetty here.
I think that Sammy would be the Jannetty here. Because Sammy has already gone way further than I personally expected him to go. And I think that if Davey had stayed to the course, I think Davey would have been a far bigger performer than he is, especially seeing where so many guys that he worked with that did keep working instead of taking time off for certain things. I think that he could have easily been up there with, honestly, he could have been on Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins at this point. Tell me that Davey Richards against Pete Dunne wouldn't have been awesome 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Or,
but
like,
where's Pete Dunne now?
Yeah, but I
Well,
get your point. I get your point though. Like even if you put like Davey in AEW with FTR or something like that, you know,
Yeah,
like
Davey-
think of
Davey
the
would be
Dynamite
awesome
Kid
for it.
thing. So
Yeah. And he could have
Or-
been a main event star.
or in the Bullet Club.
Yeah, but Sammy is like he's proven himself to be.
Yeah, but we've already established with this tournament we're allowing like what ifs are valid, and we're not trying to let what history is dictate what it could have been for matchups. Like we said that
The
earlier with
first round
Matt and
has
Jeff.
to be all background where they've been.
Mhm.
And from there on, it has to be, well, what if this was a tag team of these two guys?
Yeah, yeah.
And at this point, I mean, if Davey and Sammy had been in a tag team in ROH,
Mhm.
would El Generico have been the bigger star, or would Davey Richards? Who was going to get that push? Who did get the push? The push.
Juice.
This one's tough, and I feel like whichever way I go, I feel like a veto's being used here. So, damn, because I really like both. I really think both have and had the potential to be that next level thing. And which one would get left in the dust more between them? I think if I'm looking at them and I'm thinking which one has the better shot of breaking out, which one has the better unfortunate luck of being left behind between the two, I do think my vote will have to go to Davey. And I'm honestly not taking current history, like or current whatever, into it. I'm really thinking of the two of them, which one would have the opportunity or the chance. So, yeah, my vote's
I'm more
Davey.
interested in guaranteeing who wins next round.
All right. So Davey moves on as the Jannetty. Last matchup, last chance to
Johnny
use the veto.
Gargano is the Jannetty.
We have Johnny
Johnny Gargano is
Gargano
the Jannetty.
versus Chris
Johnny Gargano
Sabin.
is the Jannetty.
So, despite what we just heard from our co-host, I'll go first. Taking all that out of it and being legit serious for me, my vote is for Chris Sabin. I think Sabin is more the Jannetty here between these two. So I'll leave it at that. Danny, you know how this is going to go, so make your call. But I want to be honest.
So,
Danny?
no, I'm contemplating something right now because this is ridiculous.
Well, it's the last matchup. So at this point,
to think that Johnny Gargano is the Jannetty between these two, I mean, I know
gave me a veto.
I know it's gonna happen. I'm just, part of me wants to do. Man.
Is this going to be like whoever I hear say veto first? I feel like that's what's coming.
Well, no,
Like,
I don't think that's possible because I had to make a vote. But my question is, I kind of want to vote for Johnny and then veto my own vote and put Sabin in, to be honest with you.
and just vote for who you want. Oh,
So this way ATB can't use his bullshit.
you can't veto before he doesn't get his vote.
I can't veto my own vote though. I think that'd be weird, and that'd be in bad spirit of the tournament. That'd be strange.
Not gonna lie, looking at the situation we're in now, I messed up. I shouldn't have probably put my vote out there that quick.
I was confused why you put your vote out there first. It should have been last, and then
Yeah.
whoever vetoed first after you said it.
Well, I didn't know you both felt that passionate. He spoke up and you didn't say anything.
Danny said the quiet part out loud. Yeah, no, I gotta let people know what I'm thinking.
Take my veto and give it to make El Generico the Jannetty. I'm fine with that shit.
Nah, it's too late, unfortunately.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
No, it's cool. We're gonna play it straight up. You vote first. He voted second. I am gonna vote for Sabin as the Jannetty because that is what I feel. And in true spirit of the tournament, ATB, go ahead and do your dirty work. Veto it, and Johnny Gargano moves on to the next round.
Yep.
And there are no more vetoes left as we go on to round 3. We have round 3, first matchup of this side of the bracket. Jimmy Uso versus Cash Wheeler.
I don't like that you flipped it.
I had to flip it just to make my editing easier and quicker. Sorry.
I know. I'm sharing my thoughts. I don't like it.
All right. So I'm gonna do this one first.
OCD.
I think it's easy. Jimmy Uso here for me is the clear Jannetty. Okay, one of you needs to speak.
I don't know.
Jimmy Uso is the Jannetty. He's the modern day Marty Jannetty.
All right, well, vetoes were done, but I honestly, it's pretty split for me, so my vote doesn't matter, so I'm going to abstain.
All
Uso
right.
moves on.
Okay.
Matchup number 2, Devon Dudley versus Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson is the Jannetty.
Yeah, I got to go with Gibson, too.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't go with Gibson in this situation. So, yeah, I agree. Robert Gibson is the Jannetty. Next matchup, 2 left in round 3. We got Tully Blanchard versus Toa Leona.
Toa Leona. Don't bullshit me.
Tully.
I am saying Leona.
Tully.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you said I pronounced it wrong. I was like, I did say Leona, I swear.
No, he's saying Tully.
Yeah, I heard him. I can't.
Toa. It is Toa.
I can't disrespect Tully any longer.
I think with the right booking that Toa Leona could be a main event star. Obviously, Tully was never a main event star.
I only think Toa could be a main event star in WWE with all their bullshit bloodline booking. I can't keep using the excuse of not knowing Tully any longer. I know Toa, and I know how bad he is. I got to go with Toa as the Jannetty here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's nothing there with Toa.
Yeah,
I don't see
agree.
the money. There's no money.
I think he is the weakest of the Samoans that we see right now. Like, it's not even a question.
He's one of the few wrestlers that when they're on AEW TV, I legit don't watch AEW. I look away. I do something else.
I honestly didn't watch the 6-man tag. I didn't give a shit about either one of them.
We'll save that for Thursday.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I apologize.
All right, next up, Danny.
Next up, we have Johnny Gargano, who shouldn't be here, versus Davey Richards. How do we feel? Don't.
Well, we know Aaron.
I know what Aaron's picking.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel, Juice? We have one for Johnny.
This is the last matchup for round 3, right?
This is the last matchup for round 3.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go first?
I mean, I'm really thinking about it. So if you have a definitive answer, then yes.
I do think Davey would be the Jannetty here. I've been saying that I think Davey is good and has potential, but I think he just, I don't know, it's missing something for me, personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go just based on what I've seen from all of them. Like while neither of them, Davey plays heel better, Gargano plays face better, but I've seen them both play the other way around. Neither are ideal, but Johnny can give me a different kind of heel versus the face that Davey gives me is kind of just there. Eddie pulled off the baby face better when they were a team, so so my vote's going to be for Davey as the Jannetty. Just based off the heel and face work I know that they can both do and give me as a star moving up. So Davey.
I just realized Jay DeFalco, Toleona, not a big man. Anyway, moving on.
That's a whole other debate.
We're in the technically final 4 of this side of the bracket, not of the whole tournament. Final 4 of this side of the bracket, we have Jimmy Uso versus Robert Gibson. This is the one I've been waiting for. I've been seeing kind of this trajectory going on here. Jimmy Uso, Robert Gibson. How do we feel? I think we're gonna leave. I don't know. Do we let ATB go first on this one with the modern day Jannetty and Robert Gibson over here?
It's Robert Gibson.
Is Robert Gibson to you? All right. Not even a question.
Wow. What a change up. He was so hard on Jimmy and Gargano.
It's Robert Gibson. Look, before there was who's the Jannetty, it was who's the Robert.
Yeah. Okay.
No joke. That was the way that they looked at tag teams before. So, yeah, Robert.
Yeah, before, but now you said it's Jimmy. So
now Jimmy's a modern day Jannetty.
We're doing past and present now.
I think that there was no chance on earth that Robert Gibson was going to be a main event superstar anywhere. I think that you could put Jimmy Uso on NXT and he can be a main event guy.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Jimmy. I'm gonna say Jimmy.
I am gonna stick with Robert as well. I was gonna say just between the both of them, look wise, on the mic wise, even if they're not that good in the ring, I think Jimmy has a little more to give than Robert does. So I'm gonna go with Jimmy Uso there.
Fair enough.
All right. Next up, we have Davey Richards versus Toa Leona. This one's a little easy for me.
Nice.
It's easy for me too.
Don't say it. Don't make me do it.
I'm saying Toa.
Oh,
Thank
you.
God. All right, give me 1 second.
That felt good. Yes.
Now we're in the finals of this side of the bracket, where we have, this is fantastic, Toa Leona versus Robert Gibson.
Wow.
It's Robert Gibson.
This is.
I think I went into a coma as you read that.
This is ridiculous. And I'm already thinking of the finals because Alex Reynolds is waiting for one of these two in the finals.
My vote. All right. Well,
ATB
voted
said
for
Robert Gibson.
My vote's for Toa.
I
so
knew your vote was
this
going to be
was
for
on
Toa,
you.
and I
Yeah.
fucking hate you.
Here's honestly, Alex Reynolds reminds me a lot of Robert Gibson without a lazy eye.
Listen, we're not
You know
there
what?
yet.
Hold on,
all right.
hold on. I want to pause. I want to pause. I'm taking my vote back. I'm riding the hater train. I need to pump the brakes. Come back. Really think about it. Putting these two head to head.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I need to pump my brakes.
Okay,
I hate
cool.
Toa Leona.
Cool.
But it's Gibson.
100%. 100% is Gibson. Toa Leona, as much as I don't like him, can be marketed. He can be pushed.
Yes,
Something can happen with him on a singles push.
I
Robert
wouldn't
Gibson,
like it,
no.
but he could be.
I agree.
Yes.
I would not like it either, but I also haven't liked a lot that's been going on lately, so that's fine. All right, that means our finals for the Marty Jannetty Invitational, first time ever, Alex Reynolds versus Robert Gibson.
This is what it's all about, folks. This is why you paid the big bucks to be
Now,
here.
can I just say, when you think of a Marty Jannetty, I don't know what two men, both looks-wise, both sound like, just encapsulate Marty Jannetty more than Robert Gibson and Alex Reynolds.
It's like looking in a mirror when they like do the looking up with their hands up.
This is a tough one. I don't know which way to go. Do either of you feel strongly about either one of these guys as the surefire Jannetty?
I do.
Okay.
So I'm going off of how I felt last week versus how I feel tonight. Last week, as we were going on, I think I shared here on the show. I started to feel a little bad. I was like, guys, like, there's something we can do with Reynolds. There's something there. I know he doesn't have the charisma. You can make something with a repackage. You can build him.
You were trying. You were giving him a little love last week.
And I meant it. I didn't. I felt a little bad that we were going as hard as we were. I never really felt that as we were going on here. Maybe it's because I'm a little more detached from him, but I don't think there's any angle or potential there for him to build up. So my vote for the Jannetty is going to be Robert Gibson.
Agreed.
You said agreed?
Wow. Yep.
It's
there
a
you go.
clean sweep for the finals because I believe also Robert Gibson is surefire Marty Jannetty.
Absolutely.
Jay DeFalco said, hoping you got Marty Jannetty on standby to deliver the envelope with the winner. I wouldn't want Jannetty anywhere near me after that Dark Side of the Ring episode. I wouldn't trust that my house wouldn't be freaking robbed. Get out of here.
I tried to get him to do a cameo, but the things he offered were way out of my realm.
All that for only $20 though. It wasn't a bad price.
Wow. I'm really glad. Alex Reynolds, I defended you. I saved you. You're free. Go live your life as a Dark Order member.
I mean, Alex Reynolds, just be glad that Robert Gibson made it to the finals, because if it wasn't for Robert Gibson, I don't know if he would have lost to anybody else.
Dude, I would have voted tooth and nail.
Would you have voted for hold on, Juice? Would you have voted for Reynolds over Toa or Toa over Reynolds?
Honestly, my hater raid probably would have won out. I would have voted for Toa as the Jannetty anyway. So I let reason stand, and I feel good about what I did. I did the right thing. I didn't let my emotions get the best of me. If we did the other timeline, it would have been me just raging on Toa, and that's not fun.
I agree. I think we both did the right thing tonight. I didn't misuse the veto. I let ATB have his bullshit veto. All right. You did the right thing without your haterade.
Play more. Like you.
No, you know what? No, I can't knock his veto, and I'll stand by my veto because I still think Scotty has something there. But whatever, we've made it. I think we've come out of this the right way. I think we can look in the mirror and say we did well.
Yes, Robert Gibson.
The right person was going to win this.
Yes.
If we had a veto to have played at any point, and Robert Gibson was going to lose, I would have played it. There was no way I would have.
See now, and one thing I do regret, you mentioned it last week, but it was too late for me to make that change just to suffice for you. But I purposely, there were a lot of tag teams that didn't make the cut. I honestly, we were debating going double the size.
Yeah.
We had a long list, but we made cuts.
We did have double the size. Like
we had the list.
That was legit.
But we were like,
so there is somebody I want to mention here.
Obviously, Otis and Tucker. I know Tucker would have made a run and a half.
Yeah, I think maybe we do obviously in a couple months, maybe we do another one with the other 32 teams we didn't do. Like we could just do a different invitational.
All right, I'll have to rewrite them. I'll find them. I'll come up with them again. That's not hard. But
I want to make a pitch for the Godwins.
Oh, the God! I did. Did I put on the Godwins? I don't remember.
You didn't.
Because what did Henry ever do?
Yeah, very true.
Phineas at least became Midian and had that.
Midian.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had some title wins.
Those are two separate characters, Juice. I just had to make sure that was said.
He did Midian. He did Naked Midian. He did the same fucking thing. All right, so clearly there's still some meat on this bone. So maybe we will revisit, and maybe we'll have Robert Gibson defend his crown against that winner. We'll see.
Oh, that would be dope. We have a finals and then a defense of against the final. I like that.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, thank you all for joining us here this evening. I know it's about 8:15, so we want to get off. We know Raw's on. We know that I think the NFL's not on or just started. Thank you for taking
about Raw.
Well, either way, thank you for taking the time to join us. No spoilers this week.
Unless you like Raw.
Yeah, no spoilers. Like I can't afford another black eye from Till 5 over here. All right.
Some people do like it Raw.
For what? Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, we know how much you were upset last week, bro. It's all right. You don't have to hide your emotion. You're masking too much.
Before ATB starts reading them off, thank you, everybody. I see him looking them up. So stay tuned for Till 5 Wrestling over on Facebook. Follow them on social medias over there to get all of their episodes uploaded weekly. And anything else you want to plug, Aaron, that's not Monday Night Raw result related?
Okay, I won't plug anything from tonight's Monday Night Raw, but I can't wait to see the Usos wrestle together again. I will say Till 5's tour is rounding up this week. We've been all over on different shows for the last 2 weeks without really doing one of our own. And we're looking forward to that. We've got a lot of new segments planned, a lot of new stuff. As you can see, we've got a little bit better technology. We've got better mics, camera, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, we're looking forward to next season, to this season really getting into full swing. And as you know, we've merged with what used to be the Eldridge and Blackburn Nostalgia Show. That's still the name channel on Facebook even, but it's now Nostalgia Trip. And Tan and I are appearing on there half the time. I'm actually going to be doing a movie show. Juice is going to be joining me on that. He got his list.
I got my movies to watch, my homework.
Yep.
Wrestling movies or just other movies?
No, it is Till 5 Flicks. It's not Till 5 Wrestling.
Gotcha. Nice.
I was gonna say, Danny, believe it or not, there is a world out there for us besides wrestling.
No, I don't.
I was surprised. I was surprised to hear it too.
No.
Look, I not to give away too much, but I watched Dangerous Animals today. And I can't wait to talk about that one with Juice.
Yeah, that one. I was gonna say something. I'm gonna save all my comments for whenever we do it.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said. Once you've watched that 4, we're good to go.
All right.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, join us Thursday, 7 p.m. when we talk our last point standing. We talk about all this weekend WrestlePalooza, All Out, anything that happened on Monday and Wednesday in wrestling. We'll cover it all on Thursday, so please join us Thursday at 7. See you all later. Thank you, ATB, for joining us. Congratulations, Robert Gibson, for being the inaugural Marty
Congratulations,
Jannetty.
Rob.
You did it,
Tommy
buddy.
won something.